Welcome. Today we saw one important step taken by Government of India by bringing up the Drones Rule 2021. Why it is important and historic is prior to today, the date 26th of August, the only rules that was made related to aircrafts was the 1937 rules based on an act of 1934. That means in 1934 there was this act made regarding the civil aviation of India, based on which in 1937 the rules were made how the aircrafts will fly in India, what will be the rules, what will be the regulations, what will be the perimeter of flying scope. Everything was there in that 1937 rules, but scenario changed, world is changing. Now we are in a uh, scenario, or we are in a era where drones or unmanned vehicles or unmanned aircraft systems are coming to existence, and they are influencing our lives, and they will definitely influence our future. So like other countries, Government of India took this seriously, and they thought of bringing up a particular set of rules to control the drones operation, drones manufacturing, drones training uh, under one domain. And for that they uh, issued today the notification, and that is called the Drones Rule 2021. So what we can understand is 1934 the act was made, under which 1937 rules were made for civil aviation, like normal aircrafts what you fly, the helicopters and aircrafts where you fly. Now today, after so many years, the drones rule has come up. That is also based on 1934 act. So what is this drones rule 2021 about? As I told you, this will regulate the scope of drones in India, how we are going to utilize these drones, how are we going to manufacture or import or fly or commercialize it in India. All these things will be contained in form of regulations through this 2021 rule. Now before I give you further details on these drones, scope, rules and other stuffs, let's try to understand what are these drones. Drones are nothing but unmanned aircrafts. There will be weight limitations, size limitations, but these are unmanned aircrafts where a pilot need not sit inside this aircraft and fly it. If it sits inside, that will be the regular aircraft that will come under the regulation of 1937 aircraft rules, but we are talking about drone rules. So here this aircraft will be unmanned. In some other countries they call it UAS, unmanned aircraft system. Now this unmanned aircraft system or drones, these drones in India will be flown in the regulation of this particular rules and abiding the Government of India notification from time to time. There will be amendments, there will be changes, there will be so many things based on the development and scenarios. So this book is not fixed. This particular rules, they are not fixed. They will keep changing from time to time. But for now, for starting from today, these rules will take effect. So you understood what is a drone or UAS, unmanned aircraft system. Let's try to understand what Government of India has given a classification to these drones. Government of India has classified these drones into 5 major categories. What they have called these drones as nano, micro, small, medium and large. In case of nano, they restricted the weight of the drone to 250 grams. I mean below 250 grams, all the drones will be called as nano drones. After that, we have the category micro, which will be from 250 grams till 2 kilograms. And after that, if you see the small size, that will be from 2 kilogram to 25 kilogram. The fourth one, which is the medium size, that will be from 25 kilograms till 150 kilograms. And the fifth one, which is the large or big one, that will be above 150 till 500 kilograms. Here, these drones has been restricted to a weight of 500 kilograms in India. I mean, any aircraft which is above 500 kilogram, that will be controlled under Aircraft Rules 1937, like this has been till today. Any aircraft used to be controlled by the rules of 1937, but now today onwards, 500 kilograms and above, 1937 rules, the aircraft rules. Below 500 or up till 500, it will be drones rule, but it has to be unmanned, of course. Then this will be called as drones 2021 rules. So these are the 5 categories what we witnessed. Now we know the categories. Now let's see what about, I mean, like manufacturing them. What about producing them? Yes, of course, Government of India has provisions here through these rules that the drones can be manufactured in India, and it will be given a type certificate. Type certificate means it's a certificate that is given to a particular type of aircraft. Like, let us talk about Airbus 320. It's a bigger aircraft, but to give you an example, I'm trying to make you understand. That's a type of aircraft. Or Boeing 737, that's a type of aircraft. A particular design type certificate given to that aircraft. Similarly, for any particular, suppose tomorrow a particular company from India, suppose say company X, it is manufacturing a particular drone. So that particular drone manufactured by this company X will have a type certificate. So that provision has been given by India, and hopefully our youth, the tech savvy youth, can take this opportunity to, think in this direction, go for the innovations, and the manufacturing can be done in India, and which is definitely the Government of India encouraging. So type certificate is one part that must be there if you want a drone to be flown in India, unless until it is very small, like the category of nano, which is as we discussed 250 grams and below. So those drones which are 250 grams and below are very tiny, and they don't need a type certificate. But above 250 grams, you need a type certificate. Suppose nobody manufactured a drone in India, what shall we do? they will be imported. The the foreign trade rule, DGFT rules will apply in that case. Applying those rules, the drones will come to India. Then government of India, through these drone rules, under the regulation of or under the control of Director General of Civil Aviation, will accept those type certificates and allow the operation of those drones in India. So this is about the manufacture and type certification. We understood the classification of the drones. Now it's about the manufacture. We manufacture, whether we can manufacture it here in India or we have to import it from outside, any third country. So we imported it. Okay. Now what about flying? Who will fly them? Can anybody fly? I mean, like, anybody who's capable of flying, can they fly? Here is the catch. Here is the exemption, and here is the restriction. If it is a nano drone which is below 250 grams, you can fly. Anybody can fly. You don't need a license for that. You don't need a pilot license for that. Or if it is a micro category but you are not utilizing it for commercial usage, then you can fly it. But above micro category, definitely you need a pilot license, drone pilot license. You cannot fly that drone without a license. If it is below the category, I mean, if it is nano category, you are free to fly. If it is micro category but you are not utilizing it for any commercial use, you can fly without a license. But if it is otherwise, you need a license. Okay, fine. Now we understood that this is the license. Now how will you get a license? Who will train you? These are the flying schools going to train you? No. As per this drones rule, there will be approved training organizations for drones. There will be organizations like drone flying schools that will be again approved by DGCA India, and in that organization you need to get the training and you need to apply for the license after you complete the training part. And when you apply through the platform of Digital Sky, which I'll be talking later, Digital Sky platform, you will get the license gradually within a certain time period which is there from the Director General of Civil Aviation in India. Without that license and without enrolling it in the Digital Sky platform, you are not supposed to fly any drone which are restricted. So, and what is the qualification for this? You must be above 18 years of age, and you must have a 10th board certificate with you. So you must have passed 10th class. For aircrafts, the regular aircrafts, it's after 12th you go and do the licensing, but for the drones it is 10th. Now you got the license, you got the drones with you, you understood what are the categories of drones. Now where will you fly them? Can you just go to a field and start flying, or if you are staying or if you are living near an airport, you can go and start flying? No. Flying, there is a restriction. The drone rules 2021 says there will be zones. The airspace in India will be divided for the drone flyers into 3 different zones: the green zone, the yellow zone, and the red zone. Now, in this green zone, you are free to fly. But for the zones like yellow and red, you need prior permission to fly. Now, what is a green zone? It's simple, like the zones which are not yellow or red, they are the green zones. But how do we define them? If you see a a lateral distance from the perimeter of an active airport, the vertical distance of 12 kilometer, like suppose this is Santa Cruz airport perimeter in Mumbai, from here up till 12 kilometers is a restricted area. Now this beyond 12 kilometers your green zone starts. Now beyond 12 kilometers you can start flying, but there is a restriction there also. Beyond 12 kilometers you can fly your drone up till 400 feet, not beyond that. So first restriction you understood, beyond Santa Cruz airport perimeter 12 kilometers, that distance, and after 12 kilometers you can fly all around, but up to a vertical distance of 400 feet. Below 400 feet is your green zone. You can start flying, of course, without disturbing the peace of neighborhood or in and around. And licensing rules or other requirements apply there. That is green zone. You can fly it for any purpose, commercial, recreational, or joy, anything you can do that. Now green zone you understood. Now let's come to the yellow zone. Yellow zone is the area which is basically from the perimeter till 8 kilometers. That area is purely yellow zone. If you want to fly in this area, you need permission from the air traffic controller, the ATC, that will permit you if it is needed, and you get a permit, you can fly in that area. So that's pure yellow zone. Now from 8 kilometers to 12 kilometers, that area is divided into two zones, green and yellow. Now here you see 8 to 12. In this area, if you are flying below 200 feet or you are flying above 200 feet, then the zoning is again restricted there. Below 200 feet is green zone. You can fly there. Above 200 feet up till 400 feet, that area is called yellow. So here what we understood now is from the perimeter till 8 kilometers it is purely yellow. ATC permission is required, you cannot fly. 8 till 12 you can fly up till 200 feet without any issues or without any permission requirement. So that's a green zone. Now 200 up till 400, that area in this zone, 8 to 12 kilometers zone, is yellow zone. So you need a permission before flying. Now let's talk about the red zone. Red zones are basically the zones where you cannot fly unless until you have a permission from central government of India. These zones will be basically like, let's say, areas which are historically important, or maybe they are sensitive areas, or maybe military installations, or maybe areas which are restricted by government of India. Suppose areas like Lal Killa, or maybe Taj Mahal, or some areas which are restricted, they will be designated as red zones. So for that you need central government permission. There will be sometimes temporary red zones. What are these temporary red zones? Temporary red zones will be areas where government of India thinks that this particular zone for a particular time period it is restricted. Like suppose there is a VIP movement in a particular area, or there is some rallies in particular area, or there is a sensitive area in a green zone, or it can be anywhere. So that will be designated as a temporary red zone. That means you cannot fly in that area as well, and for that permission is required. Now you know about the zones, right? Flying in these zones, regulation is okay, but how will you know whether it is a red zone or yellow or it's a green one? Here now the government of India or the Ministry of Civil Aviation, they will release a platform called Digital Sky. In this Digital Sky platform, that will be within 30 days from the promulgation of this rule, in this Digital Sky platform, there will be interactive maps. These maps will tell you that okay, where you are standing is a green zone, or where you are standing is a yellow zone, or it's a red zone. You cannot fly in this area. So it will keep telling you. You download the app, you switch it on, you go for the GPS, then you understand, oh, this area I can't fly, or this area I can fly. In that map everything will be there. And of course, when you download the Digital Sky, there your unique drone identification number will be there, plus the person who is flying, his details will be there. Suppose you are flying, okay, you are flying and it's falling under a controlled environment. That means you are doing it for commercialization, or you are flying above certain weight criteria, or you are flying in a particular zone, then it will be mentioned in the Digital Sky platform that you are here, so and so, you are here in Digital Sky platform, and this is your drone, whether you are allowed here to fly or not. And when you are flying, it will be known to the Digital Sky platform, and you will be monitored that you are flying in this particular zone. So these all rules have come up through this Drones Rule 2021, which is really a good step for India and the development of drones in India. Because you see, from the time of Jetsons, I think you all might have seen that cartoon flick, or on those cartoon videos, Jetsons, where the skyscape, it's the skyscape, it's all full with the flying aircrafts, or those will be the future of India, or all the mega cities around the world. And it is important for India, because the sooner we understand its importance, the sooner we adopt this technology and innovation, it will make your life easy. and that is going to happen with the innovations we are driving through. That is going to happen for sure. In countries like Canada or USA or European countries, already they have come up with advanced rules, and there are so many other classifications, because they have started doing these things slowly. Of course, they are not in the advanced stages, not that much advanced stages, but definitely they have gone one step ahead because they have stepped up early. We can reach there, but everybody needs to cooperate through these rules, drones rules 2021, which is issued by government of India. It can be chaos. It can be chaos if the rules are not followed, or a particular regulations are not set up for you. Regulations have come up. It is up to the public to understand it first and apply it in day-to-day functions if they are concerned with this particular drones domain. And definitely we can make India a tech savvy country with this kind of technology coming up. Our youth are ready and should be ready for this kind of challenges. They will come up, and I'm sure, like I'm 100% sure people will be coming up with their innovations and ideas to manufacture drones and to influence the lives of millions and billions even, because this will open up a lot of commercialization, a lot of businesses. I mean, the ecosystem, when the ecosystem gets established, many will be benefited through this. Many lives will get benefited. Like, you don't need to go to a nearby shop to get the groceries. They will be delivered to your doorsteps. You don't need to hurry up for a particular medicine. You are in a hurry. You cannot travel through the traffic of city. Drones will bring the medicines to your doorstep, or life-saving organs can be transported in future, or maybe many things which are important to the human life, due to which sometimes lives are lost. That can be done through these drones. And if research goes higher and higher and higher, the human life will be dependent on drones in time to come. Of course, people might think that this too much of technology is not good in our lives, but we are all surrounded by technology. Who is not surrounded by technology in this current world? See the smartphones, how they have occupied our lives. But utilizing and controlling it up to a certain limit is definitely beneficial for us, and these drones will also be beneficial for us till the time we don't break the peace and obey the regulations. So what we understood today and what I came up with was about the classification, types, licensing, the drones, flying drones, the digital sky platform. In my future videos, I'll be talking more about these things. So keep checking and keep viewing these things, and you can give your suggestions wherever you feel like. Till such time, I'll say bye. Please take care of yourself.